Hello YouTube. Today I thought I'd shoot a video and talk about the options you have for eating outdoors in the woods. If you watch my videos, you probably noticed that I use a variety of different things to make coffee or for dining, and you've got a lot of options. One of the very common tools you see people using is a spork. One thing I found with these, they're great for cold foods, or if you're not cooking with them, you definitely don't want to immerse this bendy plastic spork into hot water, like boiling something or soup or whatever. It's going to become really soft, and it's almost useless at that point. A friend of mine has one that's made by 5-Star Gear, and it's stainless steel, and that would be the way to go if you wanted to use one of these sporks. So the spork being that you have a spoon on one end and fork on the other, and then they give you this little serrated edge, I guess, that you're supposed to be able to cut things with. Maybe scrambled eggs, but not much else. Something else that I've used from time to time is this combination tool. This is a combination of a spoon, a bottle cap lifter right here, and your can opener. And what I have found is super lightweight, super handy, easy to stash, but this spoon is so small, it's smaller than a teaspoon. It makes eating really kind of a silly exercise, especially if you're in camp and you're having a large meal. If you were just eating something small out of a pouch, like a Mountain House meal, this might suffice, but not real great. You can just bring household utensils. My friend Dan made this setup for me. He just took a pair of regular flatware and drilled holes in them, and I attached a carabiner and some paracord. This won't cost you anything. You could just go to the Dollar Tree and buy a little individual set of flatware and make your own. And that's another option that you would have outdoors. And then there's commercially offered flatware for camping, which has a stud and they nest together. So you pull this back and it separates out. And you have your fork, spoon, and a knife. And I've used this a lot of times. This is pretty handy. Not bad at all, especially car camping. These over here, I would call more of a car camping type of a setup, though you could pull this off in your backpack. Definitely a day hike or backpacking. Not sure I'd want to rely on this if it gets broken on the trail. You better have a backup. This is definitely just kind of a convenience item, maybe just to clip to your pack and just to have as a backup. And then there's these commercially made hobo tools. And here again, you run into the tiny spoon thing. This is almost a child-sized spoon. Really just not large enough for an adult to dine with. It has a fork too, which is really being hard to move. Okay, so there's the fork. This was made in the 1980s by the Imperial Knife Company. They don't exist any longer. Has a big spear point or Spearmaster type blade, wide enough that you could spread butter, peanut butter, things like that. This one's actually marked made in Ireland. Kind of a collectible in a sense, since it's a company that doesn't exist anymore. And then you've got a can opener on here. don't think there's a bottle cap lifter on this. No. Got a can opener, spoon, fork. Here's one that the Boy Scouts used. It's a regular Boy Scouts of America kit. Nice pouch. And has a nice stainless steel set. Same as this Chinese made one, but nicer finish, polished, more nicely done. And I believe it might have, yes, has the Boy Scout logo there stamped on it. This is also made by Imperial Knives, and you might find something like this at a thrift shop. It's a stainless steel made in the USA. Really nice, high quality kind of stuff they used to make for the Scouts. Now I think most of their stuff is just Chinese import. And that's probably more in the realm of a collectible. Got a lot of options here, don't we? Another variation you'll see of this. You'll notice this nesting set has a straight edge. Sometimes you'll find these with a serrated edge. And of course it has a bottle cap lifter integral in the knife. I've picked these up at yard sales for little or nothing. Sometimes I've actually found them in discard boxes on the side of the road after a garage sale, and you'll find like the fork and the spoon but no knife, and then later you'll go to another one and find a knife. I've actually put together a couple of these from parts that I've found here and there, or you can pick them up for 25 cents. This is one that you've probably seen a lot in my videos. It's an Ozark Trail hobo tool. There's the logo, Walmart. And this is probably the one I use more than anything else because it has a true adult-sized spoon. That's olive oil, by the way. I keep it lubed with an edible oil. Now these had, at one time, studs that were set in here, and you would fold down the spoon and it would lock on the stud and the fork too, and it hold the kit together. But the studs fell out. They just wear out and fall out. So I made a little leather collar to hold them together when not in use. The fork is a legitimate adult size fork. Other tools it has is a bottle cap lifter and a can opener. It has a wine corkscrew, which I have yet to use. It's probably more used in Europe. And then it has a nice blade. Took a very nice sharpening. Very sharp. Well, probably won't hold it. It's probably only a 440 stainless. And then there's an awl down here, which I don't know what the awl you'd use for with a tool like this, but you might need to, if you're not eating well, you might need to punch an extra hole in your belt and take it up. Who knows? But anyway, I think I use this hobo tool more than anything else. It's compact. It has adult-sized utensils. It's been on enough of my outings now that it kind of has, I have a sentimentality about it. But I just thought I'd cover a few of the different options that you have available to you when dining outdoors. Again, consider how you're going to pack it, weight, where you're going, length of your outing, and the food that you're going to be consuming. What do you really need, and what makes sense. You may want to own 2 or 3 of these items, and they may fit different outings. So just some thoughts, and we'll talk to you again later. Have a great day.